Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today we're going to be doing some more of those Rogue Drone sites, the new event that's come out quite recently. Today, unlike yesterday, I'm going to be trying out these sites without the Asclepian implants. Before I had Asclepian implants, and I got quite a big increase to my armor HP per second. I got like 70 something, so now I've got 47 HP per second. And basically what I want to see here is just want to see how well we're able to tank. If it's alright, maybe we need more tank. I would definitely say though, if you want to have more tank, a very good alternative is to replace the drone's damage amplifier with a reactive armor hardener, because the DPS can sometimes fluctuate a bit in like the incoming damage type, and this will be very useful because then it can like adapt to the certain damage type that is relevant at that point in time. The only issue here is that you have a bit of a cap problem, so you might have to like downgrade, maybe put some sort of capacitor control circuits, or remove these artillery cannons and put two cap batteries, something like that. Alright, but let's go here. I'm going to go and look for these rogue drone sites. They were pretty difficult to come by before. Actually, before we jump, something I forgot. It's quite important for gankers because I sell this loot that I got from last time. It's quite a bit of loot. It was nice to see all this good stuff they dropped. These overseer personal effects. You can sell all this. Get some good risk, because these overseer personal effects, they can vary a bit. They're what is dropped from DD sites, so you can sometimes get the ones that come from high tier DD sites. The overseer personal effects, that is the highest one, is the 23rd one. That's like the highest one you can get. But certain overseer personal effects come from high level DD sites. They pay more. Some of them come from lower level ones and they give less. Maurasi has some stuff going on over here. Go and check this out. I want to see if we can go to an area of high sec where there's a little bit less population, because then it'll be easier for us to find sites that are not like taken by other people, because it'll give us a good representation of how good the tank of this ship here. But I can't guarantee that we'll be able to do that, because it seems like these are pretty hard to come by, these sites. So it's like there's always seems to be some people around here, but who knows, maybe if we go far enough it'll be alright. So we can maybe go down this route here. Maybe towards Mimitar space? I think we want to stay in the forge probably. Go maybe to Ortito, maybe? No, I don't think that's a good place, because it's still quite close. If we can go a little bit further away, that'd be nice. Okay, Rogue Drone Outgrowth. I was thinking of testing the data sites, but I've heard that they're not working, or they're not like spawning or something like that. I don't know if they've fixed it yet. I can't really be too bothered with those because I'm not too interested in the data sites. I think it's pretty boring personally, so I don't want to spend a whole long time looking for them to find out that they actually don't even exist. So that's why I'm mainly focusing on the combat sites. I think it's a lot easier to get into. See if there's anyone here. There's no one here, so we're the first people here. So, that's nice. We're going to get a good representation of tank here. We might even go down in a big fiery explosion, who knows? Or it could be that we actually do this with flying colors. We'll see here. But this is a good tank test because of how we're the only one here, unlike before. Alright, let's move in. Activate both armor pairs. Let's see now. Who is the neuting one? It's the Guardians they're neuting, because we might want to take them out first. We'll see here. Deploy drones. And go for these Guardians. Okay, let's see a tank. How is it? Tank seems to be alright. I mean, it's not that bad. Look, we're actually going through them quite quickly, and we killed them as well very quickly too. So we can just tell the drones to go on the individual targets now and go to the different targets. But that's good, actually. That's really good, because now there's an Algos here. It's not a good representation of tank. They stopped shooting at me, but there was for a brief amount of time everyone was shooting me, and we were actually able to tank. So that is actually good to know. Why is this guy targeting me? Still scrub. He wants to try to scare me off or something. Is that what he wants to do? Maybe he wants to gank. I don't think people gank in Algos. It's drone-based ships, people don't usually gank it. Oh, we want to recall the drones because they're taking a bit of damage right there. It's really good to go with the shield-based drones because they regen their shields. And you don't take so much drone aggro that you'll usually go through the shields. But if you go with like hammerheads, or not hammerheads, but like Galente drones that are focused on armor, their shields are going to go down very quickly. So you'll very likely take armor damage over time, and it's just going to be annoying. The Hornets and the Warrior IIs, they have both are big shields, like they're shield-based drones. So that's why I like to use these type of drones. I went for the Hornets because they do more damage. It doesn't matter what damage type you do here, you're going to be doing as effective, like, applied DPS. They all have 0% resists. These NPCs over here. I realize our artillery cannons are a little bit too far away. I would have liked them to be a bit closer to be able to be in this range, but they might come a bit closer to us as time goes on. We'll see. Maybe pre-align here. I mean, it's not really too much stress to go to the next wave straight away because the boss anyway spawns in after a bit of time. It's not like it spawns in straight away in the next room. Something I was thinking is that we could use like a skybreaker. That might be cool actually because of like how it targets multiple things. The reason I'm very worried about using a skybreaker is because, as far as I understand, the way skybreakers work is that they have like a thing where the targets, like if you shoot a target and it bounces off to another one, it will actually target wanted players or the people with suspect timers, like the yellow flashy guys. So this will make it so that people could just steal wrecks and I'll automatically shoot them, and then it'll cause like an aggression, and then they might start attacking me, and they'll just probably wreck me if they're using a PvP ship. So I think that a skybreaker would be really good here because there's lots of small targets. They're all pretty close to each other. You would be able to kill them pretty quickly, but it's just that I feel like people are going to bait you into attacking them, and it's not going to be a good time there. It will definitely not be a good time. Okay, we see now we've got the acceleration gate is open. We need to move a little bit this way, actually. We can reload our ammunition and activate the gate. Alright, we've got all these NPCs over here. So it's going to be another good tank test to see how good our tank... Ah, they've come here. Didn't take that long for them to come. To be honest, I don't even know how important this Afterburner is. Really, you're just sitting in one spot if you've got long-range based weaponry. So it could be good to, like, you know, have a third cap battery or maybe a cap recharger or something like that. It is good to have this Afterburner, though, I think, because it makes it easier for people to not be able to steal you, like to steal their loot. You could use maybe something like a mobile tractor unit, though, so that could pull stuff in, because with the Afterburner, we're able to actually get close to the wreck before someone's able to take it. With the Dragoon, without the prop mod, it's going to take a bit of time to get there. It's not a really fast ship naturally. Maybe overheat the high slots. Just in case. Yeah, there's nothing spawning here. We need to wait a little bit. Oh, wait, no, they're gonna come. Alright, now the NPCs are here. We can just shoot our drones, so we can just save the high slots for when the actual boss comes. Let's see now if he is here. We can just zoom out a bit just in case we miss him. Can maybe keep our drones close as well. Let's see. These are very fast drones. It's really nice. They do damage almost straight away. It's almost all drone-based damage right here. We see here 197 DPS with our drones that applied very well. Like these drones move really fast and apply really well to these targets. There it is. Why is it not shooting? Shoot, 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 shoot. There we go. Shooting. Oh, that Kikimora really is going in for it. I think that Kikimora might win. There's not a whole lot of NPCs over here. Oh, maybe? Oh, we won the competition against 2 Kikimoras. Let's see if now they actually don't steal it. Oh, look at that. He stole it. Algos over there. Ah, he was so close. I'm just thinking, like, what would be a good way? Maybe if I used a mobile tractor unit, that might be worth it. Like, it would just pull stuff in straight away, make it a bit difficult. There he is. He warps out. Ah. Well, at least we found here that we did a good amount of tank. That is what I'm really happy about. We were able to show that even without Asclepian implants, we were able to tank pretty decently. Now, obviously, I can imagine if the whole wave was newts, it would be a different thing. But I think that still we've got a good ability to tank. We can just focus the newting guys if it's really a problem. And even then, we have really good newt resistance with the dual cap batteries. So I'm overall very impressed with the effectiveness of this fit right here. Alright, let's see what is in the next room. Oh, Malrasi, is there one here? Is there another one? Yeah, there's another one right here. Let's go to it. I think this was the guy who stole my loot. Let's see if there's anything special he's got right here. He managed to kill a Draugr. Ooh. Wow. Alright, let's get to work. Call these NPCs here with the Kikimoras as well. We seem to have no big issue tanking though. That's very good to see. I'm thinking also a more safer fit. If you want to go a bit more safe style, would be to put Nosferatus. I definitely think Nosferatus would be like a safer style instead of these autocannons or these artillery cannons, because the artillery cannons are hardly doing anything. We'd get a lot more capacitor recharge rate per second if we were going with some Nosferatus. Now I don't know if they do, like you're able to do a Nosferatu on these guys here, because I know in the Triglavian hunting, for example, in certain NPCs you get good Nosferatus from, like you can get a good amount of capacitor, and something you don't. I don't know why. If you guys do know, let me know. But it might be that these guys don't have a good ability to do Nosferatu, I don't know. It's some damage. We're able to hit a bit here with these artillery cannons. It's not like completely wasted. Go towards the acceleration gate in the meantime. How much DPS do we have if we are... Oh, who is someone fighting over here? Look, they're fighting over here. Is it fighting? No. Oh, it must be an effect. This happens sometimes. When an NPC dies, those neuting you, it sometimes keeps the effect going. So you can see here, there's this neuting effect. It sometimes exists even when the NPC gets destroyed. There's no poppage right here. I have to split up this stuff. You can't have the drones go on the same one. It's just going to be a waste of time. See that? Oh, oof. Look at that, how much damage we did from the missiles and artillery cannons right there. Very powerful. I would have liked to put beam lasers here. The beam lasers have so much power grid uses, but they're very good because they have very good range. And also I think it's better suited for an Amarian ship to carry the beam lasers, because, you know, Amarian ship should have beam lasers, not the filthy projectile weapons of the Minmatar. So that's why I think it would be quite cool. And just as well, the range, just with Aurora Tech 2 beam lasers, you can have like a 30-kilometer range very easily, a 30-kilometer range, even more, and it's usually applied pretty well. Just the power grid and also the capacitor. We would drain our capacitor so fast with the beam lasers, it would be no fun time. I kind of wish that there were more profitable lower tier L4 missions. Not L4 missions, I mean like maybe L2 or L3 missions. Like lower tier ones that were still profitable to do. Because then you could do it in stuff like the Dragoon and like these destroyers. Because I feel like there are certain PvE destroyers in the game. The Algos seems like a decent PvE destroyer. Dragoon seems also like a very good PvE destroyer, because you're able to have like the good flexibility with your tank because of the mid slots. And then also you have a decent amount of low slots as well. So I feel like this is overall a pretty like good like ship for PvE, the Dragoon. I like to use it in the Abyss as well, but in the Abyss, you'll then want to upgrade later to something else, like a Gila, for example. But if there were like L4 missions that had particular restrictions on, like, say, destroyers or whatever, I think it would be pretty cool to be able to use something like that, a Dragoon, because I think overall it looks like a good ship, a good-looking ship. It's a very flexible ship. You can do a lot of things with it. It feels almost like a mini Gila, because we have these drones, the missiles, then we also have the ability to put some other kind of weapon system on if we want to as well. So I think it's a pretty cool overall ship, and also pretty powerful for how much money you have to spend on it as well. Kikimora. If it's just me and this Kikimora, we might have a bad time. Oh, there's a Dragoon over here. He's also here. Ooh. Alright, shoot these NPCs with the full alpha of the light missile and the artillery cannon. Go, go, go. Oof, do you see that? The drones just sniped that guy. It could be that they're also targeted by these other NPCs over here, but still, let's see what this guy is flying on his Dragoon. He's using light missiles, and he's using, I think that might be artillery cannon, I'm not sure. What are we using? No, I don't think it's just, no, it's not the same. Those guns look different, but he's using light missiles, I think, at least. Actually, no, maybe he was using rockets, that guy. Let's see. Because it looks similar to what I'm using. See here? Yeah, I think it's still light missiles he's using. Reload these guns up here. Use pre-overheated. Overheat. I think it's the second wave here, where after a bit of time, you don't have to destroy everything, but a bit of time goes by after you destroy NPCs, and then they start spawning. So we'll have our drones go for the ones that are relatively close, these 10 kilometer ones over here, so they won't have to travel as far if the boss comes. Pop. And poppity pop. We need to activate our Afterburner as well, so we can preemptively go at high speeds. It's quite important, you know, when people are stealing loot and that kind of stuff. It's good to be close to the wrecks straight away. I wouldn't be surprised though if we could have wrecked that Algos, but I feel like just I don't can't be bothered to lose it because I know that people usually with the PvP stuff they are like already really prepared, super prepared, like got the warp scrambler, everything, and like they're really prepared for it. Then they know that they're going to engage whoever they're going to engage. They know that they're going to engage only if they can win. There we go. We got the wreck right here. Kikimora is locking me up. Ooh. Oh man. Don't lock me up, man. What is this? You don't want to fight over some loot over here, or do you? Can just like do a little bit of a poppage. Haha. No, we don't want to mess with these guys. This Kikimora would absolutely destroy us. Now that is a pretty good drop right there. 36 million from this basic side. Look at these guys. They all lock me up. Why did there's so much locking up of each other in these sites. I usually notice in these like live events, they don't lock each other up so much. I don't know why. Here they're locking me up all the time. People are always locking me up here. Like even before the site started, just locking me up. People... this is not something that I'm used to because I've done lots of these kind of sites where, you know, you compete over a boss, you know, these kind of seasonal events. Sometimes people lock you up, you know, when you're about to take the loot. But here people are locking me up all the time. You see everyone there pretty much just locking me up. It feels like as if someone is beeping the horn at you when you're driving a car. When they're locking you up like that, that's how it feels. All right, let's repair our turrets right here. We can't. Oh, no quantum core in the structure right here. It's a thing I encounter quite often, that these kinds of structures, they don't have quantum cores, so you can't use the facilities there. And you feel like, oh, something even as basic as an ability to repair your ship is not even there. And it's a bit sad, but people have to have quantum cores. It's a way to like sort of nerf high-stakes structures. I am not too familiar with structures. I would want to have a structure. The thing is, I think that it would take too much effort to have it online, especially when people war deck you. Just look at me. Oh, it's going to be so much hassle. I don't have the time to mess with that kind of stuff. Let's dock here. This Sotio must be having a quantum core. It's like a big shipyard, you could say. So unlikely that it's going to be deployed in space and not have a quantum core. Repair. There we go, repaired. All right, so there we go. We did some rogue drone sites in the Dragoon. It went pretty well. I was very happy with the tank. Even without Asclepian implants, it went really well. Unfortunately, we got our loot stolen in the first one, but that's just the name of the game. That's the way EVE works. In the second one, we managed to outcompete some Kikimora and a Dragoon. So overall, very happy with how effective this fit works. Obviously, it contributes a bit that I've got some good skills as well, but still, I'm very happy with how good this Dragoon works. And it's not a particularly expensive ship either. And I mean, I earned back my whole ship's worth and a little bit more even with just that one site over there. So this is something really good to do, to be like a profitable activity if you're like a relatively new player, or like I mean, not a completely new player, but like an intermediate player. I think this is a very good activity to do. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.